All praises. First off, I would like to give all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh, and we do so in the name of Yahweh Shai, that's the Heavenly Father, and who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? We back for another Shabbat, back for another Sabbath. All praise to the Most High for that, right? And actually, the name of this lesson is clear out some of them screens. So just have up like 2 or 3 for them. I don't want to get nothing on video. But the name of the lesson today is be thankful to the Most High, right? Be thankful to the Most High. With a lot of our conversations that we have with each other, a lot of it be like, this going wrong, or this hurt, or that happened, or this happened. But a lot of our conversations or doesn't lean towards the fact, oh, I'm thankful for this, or I'm thankful for God for that, or I'm thankful for God for this, right? And we as an Israelite people, we need to learn this mind frame, because that's what it is. It's a mind frame, right? We need to learn this mind frame, because without this mind frame, it could lead into sin. But on top of that, you dig what I'm saying? You're not being thankful for the Most High, right? You ain't even in the right spirit to begin with for you to praise him properly, right? So first of all, let's get Romans chapter 1, verse 21. Let's start this off like this. Name of the lesson is being thankful to the Most High. Got to be thankful, right? So it's Romans chapter 1, verse 21. And it says, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Because when you're not thankful to the Most High, you start to lean on your own understanding, lean on your own vain opinions, right? Right? Your own imaginations, as this verse say, right? Which leads you into sin, because you're not putting you're not thanking the Most High for what's going on with you. You're not thanking the Most High for putting you in the situation he put you in. Because whatever situation you in, good or bad, the Most High put you there, right? And you got to be thankful that the Most High is still dealing with you, whether it's good or bad. You still got to thank the Most High. If when you cease to do that, then you start to lean on your own vain imaginations, your own vain opinion, right? Using yourself, right? One more time, this Romans chapter 1, verse 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, right? Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish hearts were darkened, right? So you don't want that to happen. You want to give thanks to the Most High, and you don't want to put all that on yourself, right? Give me a Sirach Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 24. No matter what the situation is, good or bad, give thanks to the Most High, because he put you there, right? This Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment, right? Because now you ain't looking at the Most High for his judgments, right? Thanking him and doing what he said. You leaning on your own self, right? So one more time, Ecclesiastes 3 and 24. For many people are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment, right? Now we're going to get a couple of examples. Actually, yeah, this is an example. Go to Deuteronomy 8 and 10. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 10. And we're going to read down to 14. And it's Deuteronomy 8 and 10. And when thou hast eaten, because this is Israelites, this is actually a law when we were in the land, right? So when we were in the land, it's applied. It's Deuteronomy 8 and 10. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord Yahweh thy God for the good land which he have given thee, right? So when you finish eating and you all full, and you supposed to look around at what the Most High gave you, and you supposed to bless the Most High, thy God, right? For the good land which he have given thee, and from the have given thee, right? Now, Let's go to where Israel didn't do that, and then they got the punishment, right? Oh, well, let me read the next verse. Beware, I say we're reading down to 14, Salakia. Let me calm down. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God. So don't forget him, right? Give thanks to him, but don't forget him, right? Because if you forget him and not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, lest when thou hast eaten and art full and has built goodly houses and dwell therein. So now your belly full, you got gold in your pocket, everything cool, but you don't forgot the Most High, right? Verse 13, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold has multiplied, and all that haste has multiplied, then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. So when we just got through eating, belly full, we supposed to give thanks to the Most High, right? Go to Deuteronomy 32 and 15. Right? Everything going good. And that's a lot of time. That's when a lot of people give praise to the Most High when everything is going good, right? They don't think to give praise to the Most High when everything going bad, right? Or when you're in a difficult situation, right? This Deuteronomy 32 and 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked, and thou art waxing fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of salvation, right? So he done got fat, he living good, everything good. Then he forsook the God which made him and lightly esteemed. He didn't esteem the Most High highly, he lightly did it. And lightly esteemed the rock of salvation, of his salvation, right? They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods and abominations, provoked they him to anger, right? That's going into idolatry. But the point is, he esteemed the Most High lightly, right? And then he forsook the God which made him. So when everything going good, you know what I'm saying? You got to think, Most High slipped your mind. No. The Most High, the one that gave it to you, right? That's who you supposed to be thanking for that. When some go bad, you got to thank the Most High for that too, because he put you in that situation, and you got to trust that you got to trust in him that he didn't put you in that situation for you to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? It was a lesson that he put you there for. It was something. It was a reason that he put you in this for you to come through and learn something from that, right? You got to trust in the Most. Give me 1 Timothy 3 and 1. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Okay, this 1 Timothy 3 and 1. And this is a true saying. If a man, this 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Salakia, 2 Timothy 3 and 1. That's Thessalonians. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. That's 2. 2 Timothy's chapter 2. I need chapter 3. The water. This 2 Timothy's chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, right? For men shall be lovers of themselves, right? Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontent, being incontent with the Most High has blessed you with, fierce, despiser of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. For such turn away, right? But the point is in verse 2, for men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, and unthankful, right? So in the last days, this unthankful, these people, and another word for unthankful is like ungrateful, right? Ungrateful, unappreciative, right? Unthankful. Give me Ephesians chapter 5, verse 17. Ephesians 5 and 17. Right? Ungrateful, unappreciative, unthankful. You ain't appreciating what the Most High done did for you. You ain't thankful of what the Most High done did for you and what he done brung you through, right? This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 17. It says, therefore, be ye not unwise, but understand that the will of the will of the Lord is. Is this Ephesians 5, 17 through 20. Thanks always, yeah. Therefore, be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And that's part of being thankful, right? Because you got to suspend or discontinue your will. Your will could be God knows what, right? We done made million plans, right? That's your will. But you have to suspend your will and adopt the will of the Most High and be thankful and loving of it, right? You got to accept it for wholeheartedly, right? Verse 18: be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit, speaking to themselves in psalms and in hymns with spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. One more time, speaking to yourselves in psalms. So we're supposed to be speaking to ourselves in the psalms. Some psalms are like songs, right? And hymns, right? And spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. That's being thankful. Giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father in the name of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, right? So part of this is what I would say is this is like a description of what it looks like to be giving thanks, right? You being joyful, right? And what you giving thanks, it takes a lot of, we talked about stress and worrying, but when you give that thanks to the Most High, you kind of be in a state of peace, right? So it all kind of works together. But verse 19, speaking to yourselves in psalms and in hymns and in spirit and spiritual song, right? So how many times you done read the Psalms and it's talking about us being saved? That's a song, that's music to your ears, right? These are things that the Bible says meditate on his law or his word day and night, right? But one more time, speaking to yourselves in psalms and in hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melodies in your heart to the Lord Yahweh. All praises, right? Give me First Chronicles chapter 16. First Chronicles, Old Testament. First Chronicles chapter 16, verse 7. Yeah, First Chronicles 16:7. It says, and on that day, David delivered his first psalm to thank the Lord Yahweh into the hands of Esphat and his brethren, giving thanks to the Lord Yahweh, calling upon his name, making known his deeds among the people, right? How many verses? I'm going. Scroll down a little bit more. No, to 17, Salakia, verse 17. Gonna see how far I'm gonna go down. Yeah, I'm gonna read from 7 to 17. Go back up to 7. Okay. And on this day, David delivered the first psalm to thank the Lord Yahweh into the hand of Esphat and his brethren, give thanks to the Lord Yahweh, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people, sing to him, singing psalms unto him. Thank ye of all the wondrous works, right? Because when you see a tornado, that's a wondrous work, right? It ain't necessarily got to be a good thing. You dig what I'm saying? All these things make you thank the Most High. You see that tsunami to earthquake, you give praise to the Most High, right? Not only that he protects you from it, but then you know his power. You dig what I'm saying? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of understanding, right? So his marvelous and wondrous works, right? Verse 10, glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face continually. Remember his marvelous works and what he have done, his wonders, and the judgments of his mouth, right? O ye seed, O ye seed of Israel, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen ones. He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. Be ye mindful, right? Because you don't want to be not mindful, right? Because that's not you thanking him. That's you losing thought of him. You want to be mindful, right? Be ye mindful always of his covenant, and be in the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which proves that these laws are not just in the Old Testament, or they just had to do them back then. No, 1,000 generations, right? And that's like a generic number that literally means forever, right? Verse 16, even the covenant which he made with Abraham and his oath of Isaac, and have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and Israel for an everlasting covenant. But the point was up in verse, scroll up, is between 8, or hold on. Give thanks unto the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. Sing to him, because we just read that in Ephesians. It says, sing to him the psalms and the hymns in your heart, right? Sing to him, sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works, right? So this is how you give thanks to the Most High. It ain't just saying, thank you, Most High, right? No, meditate on him. Think about all the things he done did, right? All the things he done created, right? All the things that he done promised, right? All the things that he done brung you through, right? Oh, look at where he got you at now. Think of where you could be, right? So these are all ways, that reasons why you should praise the Most High. And then these are descriptions on how it would look like if you were to do it, right? Give me, Salakia, give me 1 Thessalonians 5:18. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Clubhouse calling. All right, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 18. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Yahushua HaMashiach concerning you. So it says give thanks, give in everything give thanks, right? Not in some things, not only when things are going good, right? Because we're going to get into an example with Daniel, right? When he was thrown into the lion's den, and he thanked the Most High then, right? So not only when things are going good, you give thanks to the Most High even when things are going bad, right? Because like I said, he could have put you in this for a lesson, and you gotta have faith that he brung you in there and he gonna get you out of there. You dig what I'm saying? So everything is meant for a reason. It's the Most High will. It's not your will. You suspended your will. Remember, we suspended our will to come into this truth, and you don't want like a mellow-toned relationship with the Most High, right? People always say Christian talking about my relationship with God. It's a generic term, but we have these relationships in life with our spouses, with our friends, and you don't want that person to be unthankful or ungrateful or unappreciative to you, right? And that's a friend or a spouse. You don't want that. Just think how much more the Most High, right? So you got to be circumspect, because this lesson could include more dimensions other than the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? But in everything, give thanks to the Most High, right? Now we finna deal with Christ, right? Christ on this subject, right? Give me Matthew 11 and 20. Let's get Yahushua. Let's get Yahushua. Yahushua, he finna deal with an adverse situation. He finna deal with a stressful situation. Let's see what he do. So this Matthew 11, we finna start at verse 20 through 28. And it reads, and then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. The word upbraid means to, like, he got on them or start to rebuke them or scold them, right? because he done went to these cities, done did his little work. I said little work, Salakia. He done did his work in these cities. These the cities that he did his little. I keep saying this word little. It's gonna get me in trouble. Yahushua did his marvelous works and his miracles in these cities, right? And when he came back to these cities, these people are still unrepentant. So Yahushua mad, right? So let me start over again. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of the mighty works were done, because they repented not. Now, verse 21, woe unto thee, Chorazin, woe to thee, Bethesda, for if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. So Yahushua like, hey, woe to y'all. Woe means destruction. He's saying destruction to y'all, because if I would have went over here to these heathens and would have did what I did to y'all with these heathens would have repented. That's what Yahushua just said to him. Verse 21, but I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon in the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which are exalted into the heaven, thou shalt be brought down to hell. Sidebar, that's a cut for people that believes in actual heaven and hell, because this is talking about a status on the earth, right? But verse 23, Yahushua being mad, right? And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, thou shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained to this day. He told Capernaum, he said, what I did there, if I would have did that in Sodom and Gomorrah and them other 7 cities that got destroyed, 5 cities that got destroyed, if I would have did that there, they would have been here today. These heathens would have repented, but Israel is stiff-necked, right? Verse 24, but I say unto you that it should be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. Verse 25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, right, of the heaven and the earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent and has revealed them unto the babes. So even in this situation where Yahushua is mad and rebuking people, right, stressful situation, he gives thanks to the Most High that he revealed these things unto the babes, right? So there goes an example of Yahushua giving thanks to the Father, right? Give me, Salakia. Give me Colossians 3 and 5, 3 and 15, Salakia. Colossians 3 and 15. New Testament, Colossians 3 and 15. So-called New Testament. Okay, this is Colossians chapter 3 and 15, and it says, and let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which ye are called in one body, and be thankful. One more time. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful, right? Let's get the next one. And let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord Yahweh, right? So we got, I'm gonna get that next. Just popped in my head. So let me read this one more time, right? It says, and let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which ye are also called in to be one body, to which also ye are called to one body, the body of Yahushua, and be ye thankful. And let the word of Yahushua dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns, spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. Right? So we got us being thankful, being in the body of Yahushua, and you got to understand Yahushua teach, because the Old Testament was really about the letter of the law, right? They did it, but then Yahushua taught us a spiritual way of, because the Most High had our flesh, but he didn't have our spirit, right? We need our spirit in this, right? And with this spiritual thing, we got to be thankful for everything, because we got promises coming to us. We got promises. And the Most High, you got to understand, we don't deserve a lot of this stuff. right? A lot of this stuff was promised to our forefathers, and we have done nothing to receive of the promises that we got promised to us. So that's even in that, that's a reason to be thankful, right? We got all these people coming against us, mad that only Israel can be saved, right? With all these things, we need to be thanking the Most High for. Yeah, it can be stressed, but we got to find peace in it. Give me stay in the same book. Go over to the next chapter and go to verse 2. It says, continue in prayer and watch in the same with thanksgiving, right? Continue in prayer and watch in the same with thanksgiving, right? So while you're praying, while you're seeing the bad things finna happen to this place, right? Everything that's finna happen to this place, right? While you watching, right? While you watching, thank the Most High. Thank the Most High, right? Because he done gave you a plan to get through this. He done gave you a master plan, not just for you, for your household and anybody that want to listen that's gonna follow. He done gave you a plan to get saved from Babylon, plan to get saved from all this, right? Be thankful. Give me Psalms. We finna go in Psalms we got like 5 verses in Psalms. So give me Psalms chapter 119 and 59. Psalms chapter 119, verse 59. And it reads, and I thought on my ways and turned my feet into the testimony. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I've not forgotten thy law. At midnight, and this midnight could be like at midnight, or it could be like a symbolic for a dark time in your life because there's no light, right? At midnight, right? Because the verse before, the wicked have robbed me. But at midnight, I will rise and give thanks unto thee because of thy righteous judgments, right? So when everything ain't going good, or literally at midnight, right? You wake up, give the more thanks to the Most High. Don't jump on the internet and get into God knows what. No, give thanks to the Most High, right? But in that dark time, right, at midnight when there is no light, it's gloomy, right? I will rise and give thanks to them unto thee because thy righteous judgments, right? Give me Psalms 95 and 1. Psalms chapter 95, verse 1. And it reads, oh, come and let us sing unto the Lord Yahweh, and let us make a joyful noise unto the rock of our salvation, right? One more time. Oh, come and let us sing unto the Lord. So these prophecies, right? These songs, these hymns, right? All these things that sound like music to your ears because it's good news, right? But it's not good news to everybody, but it's good news to us, right? We need to meditate on them things, sing it in our heart, right? To the Most High Yahweh. Give me Psalm 66. Like, yeah. Psalm 66 and 5. And it says, come and see the works of Yahweh. He is terrible in his doings towards the children of men, right? So then we know his works ain't just all good. That's an unjust balance, right? An unjust balance is an abomination with the Most High. A lot of people say he all good. He ain't all good. He ain't all bad. He both. He created everything, right? And an unjust balance is an abomination to the Most High. So, but make a long story short, verse 5. Verse 5, come and see the works of Yahweh. He is terrible in his doings towards the children of men. Yeah, the Most High is described as terrible for his judgments that he have carried out on this earth, on other nations. Look at his judgment on Israel and our captivities and our bondage and what we had to go through in them captivities, right? So yeah, he ain't one to play with. Give me actually now I said a couple in Psalms. I'm finna end it in Psalms. Give me the prayer of Azariah. Give me the prayer of Azariah. Verse 3. It's the prayer of Azariah, verse 3. It says, Blessed art thou, O God, Yahweh of thy fathers. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore, right? So you suppose his name is worthy to be praised. You supposed to praise his name. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't have this mundane relationship with the Most High where he just, oh, I don't eat pork, right? And that's just it. No, that's not how it is. One more time. Blessed art thou, O Lord God, Yahweh of our fathers. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore, right? Give him his glory, give him his praise, give him his thanks, right? You wouldn't even have his truth without it, right? We ain't just going through the motions, 1, 2. This is a real thing. Give thanks to the Most High, right? Give me Ezra chapter 9, verse 13. Yeah, Ezra, right there. Ezra. Ezra chapter 9, verse 13. Okay, this is Ezra chapter 9, verse 13. And after all that is come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that thou art our God, hold on, I'm just reading this way, blah, blah, blah. And after all that is come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that thou our God has punished us less than our iniquities deserve and has given us such a deliverance as this. There goes another reason for you to thank the Most High. We all know that we say I suppose got punished way more harshly than we got punished. People done did sins unto death, right? We know that the Most High didn't punish us to the full extent of what he could have punished us for, right? He showed us mercy. There's another reason to be thankful, right? It says, seeing that thou, our God, has punished us less than our iniquities deserve, right? So he's showing mercy on us, even with us breaking his commandments, not being not carrying out his will on the earth, right? Not being the people that we promised to be, right? When he go to punish us, he still don't even give us the full come down of his wrath, right? He shows mercy on us, right? Give me Malachi 3 and 6. And this is why. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. And we go to this verse when the Christians say, oh, that's done away with, and we ain't got to do that no more. No. That's what we run to this verse for, right? But we just read that the Most High punished us less than we deserve, right? This Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, because that same Most High that shows us mercy, if he didn't, we'll be consumed, right? So all praises to him being the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore, right? All praises. Now, give me Romans chapter 15, verse 4. So thank the Most High through the good, through the bad, through the ups and the downs. Give thanks to the Most High, right? Gave you a bunch of reasons, right? There's Romans 15 and 4 for whatever. So Slovakia. I don't know what's over today. 15, I can't read. This Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? So all this understanding is meant to give you hope. Everything that was written down was written for your learning, right? It's like a schoolmaster, right? As it says, right? But it was written so you can have hope. All this stuff is for the Most High. So this is another reason for you to give thanks, but this is for you to have hope. We in a dire situation, right? As a nation, we ain't got no army, we ain't got no tanks, we ain't got no fighter jets, and we are at war. Well, we ain't at war, but some people at war with us, right? We downtrodden people. It's literally legal to kill us, whether you a nigga or another nation, right? So we are downtrodden people. We need that hope, right? And that's why we need the good news, and that's why we need to be thankful, right? Actually, let me go to my last scripture. It's actually an example. Give me Daniel chapter Daniel, I believe it's Daniel 6. I got an example, but just go to Daniel 6. Let me see if it's Daniel 6. I didn't write it down. I just wrote the book of Daniel. It's 1. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm finna read. I'm finna restart at 1 and read down. This is Daniel chapter 1, verse 6, and it's Daniel being thrown into the lion's den, right? So let's read this account. And it says, and it pleased Darius. Darius is the king of Persia at the time. Persia is our third slavery coming out of Egypt, right? For the tribe of Judah. The fourth one overall for the whole nation of Israel, but the third one coming out of Egypt for Judah, right? It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. So King Darius, he set all these people up to be under him, to be like princes. Verse 2, and over these three presidents, of whom Daniel was the first. So out of these 120 princes, there were 3 presidents of them. And Daniel, right? This is a slavery. Daniel was in slavery, right? He became the president of all those princes, right? Verse 2, and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was the first, that the princes might give account unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and the princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. So Daniel's spirit made him above everybody, right? Excluding the king, he was above everybody at that time in that kingdom. And the king thought to set him over everything, right? Verse 4. Then the president and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. Now here come the hate. Now they were just trying to set a snare, a trap, right, for Daniel. But they could not find no occasion nor fault, for as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. Bro was well rounded, right? So they couldn't find nothing to catch him up on, right? Verse 5. Then said these men, we shall not find we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God, right? They saying we can't find nothing against him unless we find it out in the Bible, right? Then the presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus to him, King Darius, live forever. Right, so they came to him. King Darius live forever. I guess that's like his greeting to them bowing down to him or whatever. Verse 7. All the presidents and kingdoms and the governors and the princes, the counselors, the captains have consulted together to establish a royal salute and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or a man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, Darius wasn't that smart because he ain't even asked no question. He just went along with it, right? But that proves that this was the Most High doing, right? But they said he ain't even asked why. Like, it just don't make no sense. But they basically said, hey, if anybody else bow down or show basically what is the word I'm looking for? If they show praise to anybody other than the king within that 30-day time frame, they got to go in the lion's den, right? Verse 8. Now, O king, establish this decree. So all the kings and all the presidents, so there's only 3 presidents, Daniel, one of them. So the 2 other presidents and 120 or so princes got together trying to catch up Daniel, went to the king and say, hey, make this decree, because they know this decree is gonna fall squarely at Daniel's squarely at Daniel's doorstep, right? So boom. Now, O king, establish this decree and signed the writing, that it be not changed according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which altereth not, right? So the Persian and Medes, they were the rulers of the whole known world at this time. Literally, they rule the whole known world. He said, make the decree, everybody got to follow it. Verse 9. Wherefore the King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now, when Daniel knew the writing was signed, hold on, so Daniel, he know about this writing, right? When Daniel finally knew that it was signed and he can't praise his God no more, when he finally knew that king signed that, right? Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went to his house and his windows being open in his chamber towards Jerusalem, towards the east. He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime. And he didn't even do it in secret. He had his windows open, right? So whoever wanted to see could see, right? He praised his God and gave thanks after he knew. You dig what I'm saying? After he knew that that decree was signed, and he knew that trouble was gonna come up on him for that, but he still did and gave thanks to the Most High, even in that troublous times. Scroll down to verse 20. Scroll down to verse 20. Hello? Scroll down to verse 20. Okay. It says, give me 19. It says, actually give me 18. Yeah, 18 too. It says, and when the king went to his palace, he passed the night fasting, so the king couldn't eat. Neither were the instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. So the king, stressed out, can't sleep. He didn't get the music played, he ain't eat. Verse 19. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste to the den of the lions, because King Darius, and if you read up, or if you ever read this account, King Darius, well, we just read it. King Darius thought to put Daniel over everything, right? So King Darius and Daniel were friends, right? So Cain got up early in the morning, went to the lions den. Verse 20. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice to Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, this is thy God whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions. And then Daniel said unto the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent this angel and have shut the lion's mouth. Right? So his God, whom he gave thanks to, sent the angel, right? So what that tells you, if you're in a time of trouble, give thanks to the Most High. Don't forget him. Don't forsake him. Don't say, okay, I'm by myself now, right? No, you're not, because he could see an angel, right? It says, Daniel said, my God have sent the angel and have shut the lion's mouth, and they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt, right? And if you read the rest of the account, King Darius actually this thing got him to believe in Yahweh, but he a heathen, so it ain't like he gets salvation or nothing. But he made a decree later that if anybody talk against Yahweh, well, it wasn't by Hashem or Yahweh Shai at that point, but if anybody talk about Yahweh, right, you get put to death. So that's how much this thing changed Darius, right? But yeah, in a time of trouble, whether it's good or bad, actually go back to, because that one verse kind of summed it up for me. What I'm just paraphrase it. It said, in all things give thanks, right? So not just some, not just when it's good, not just when it's bad, in all things, especially when it get bad, right? You're not by yourself, you're not alone. The Most High has not forsaken you. We the only ones forsook him, right? We the ones turned our back on him. He never turned his back on us, right? So with that, that's my lesson for today. I want to give, and again, be thankful to the Most High, give thanks, right? And with that, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, and I do so in the name of Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala, and Barakatah.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwame Yashala.
All praises.